Hello, 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 Taurus. This is Adrienne, Capricorntigress of Astrology, AlookInside.com. And I'm coming to you with my astrological review for your sign for the month of November 2019. So I know I'm not supposed to just skip right to it, but wow, Taurus, are you guys aware that the full moon is going to be happening in your sign? It's coming up on the November 12th. Be aware of that the full moon is happening November 12th. It's happening in your sign. And that means it's going to be affecting you directly in some way. Maybe, I hope it's positive. Now, the thing is, what makes it so hard to define is that Uranus is in Taurus, and it's retrograding in Taurus. And so there's this air of instability that exists there. And so, with the full moon culminating there in your first house, well, somewhere between the 11th and 12th, some of you guys might run amok. I'm just saying, it's possible. So if you're looking at this video and you're getting this download, understand that, because that full moon with Uranus, that's no joke, okay? And this is your full moon, okay, Taurus? So, like, I already want to woosah, like, woosah. Because, you guys, I have a Taurus moon, so, there is fear and trepidation for myself because, well, this is full moon in Taurus, and I have a Taurus moon. And if I'm not mistaken, it happens right on the moon. So, we just got to woosah ourselves right into this, you guys, because that's going to be major. And I think what really is upsetting is like today is October 27th. Today, there was a new moon in Scorpio. Today, the new moon is in Scorpio. And that new moon is really going to be affecting most Tauruses and Scorpios directly over the next couple of weeks until that full moon in Taurus gets here. So you guys might feel like you're going through something, up until that full moon gets there anyway. So that might be why you explode that day. Like if you've been going through something and you've been hoping it gets fixed, and then by the 12th, it doesn't work out. I could see some Tauruses getting really upset about that. And the one thing I would caution you guys to do is just to, like, if a problem comes up, just like heal it. Like try to heal it. And the reason why I say that is because Chiron, the wounded healer, is retrograde in your 12th house. And the 12th house is like your inner self. They always say that house of self-undoing. It's like where we're doing things that could really affect us. But it's done almost subconsciously on an internal level. So you might have to go inside and look and do some deep diving in there and fix that and clean that so you can heal yourself. But I really believe if you do that, then things like this full moon will not affect you in such a negative way. Also, Neptune is retrograde in your 11th house of friends. And so I don't know if you've been, like, the wool's been pulled off, like the covering's been pulled off your eyes about who your friends are, who your friends aren't, who you can trust, who you can't trust, who you can say things to, who you can't say things to, that kind of thing. That's a major kind of thing because Neptune has been retrograde in the sign of Pisces, and on the 27th of November, it is going to go direct finally after a very, very long time. Also, the North Node is down in your 3rd house in the sign of Cancer. And I believe since Cancer and Taurus sextile each other, that it's actually going to be beneficial for most Tauruses for the most part, right? So I hope that you guys have been using that North Node Cancerian influence to, I don't know, to speak with more, caring and more empathy, to just, I don't know, seem more sympathetic when you're talking with people, so that you give people the vibe like that you understand them, that you get them, that you get it. You know what I mean? Now, with the North Node being in the third house, that could also signify like your neighborhood, doing things with locally. So with friends and family, that type of thing. But normally it's like extended family, like aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, cousins, that type of thing. So with the North Node there, it's telling you to do that thing. So, get out, do things locally, go out, talk to people, reach out to your family like that, your extended family, and stay in touch with people. The third house is communication. So all forms of communication is good, whether it's a telephone or a letter or video or, however you decide to do it. But just make sure you do that, because I think when it's, whenever we can, we should try to reach out to our family members, and especially now because it's the holidays, at least here in America, Thanksgiving. And so it's just a good time to do it. Mars is in your sixth house. Mars has been in that sixth house in Libra for a little while. And it's actually going to be moving out of Libra and going into Scorpio on the 18th of November. But while it's in Libra, in your sixth house of work, maybe you felt like you've had more energy. You've been maybe exercising more and doing more things with your body. It could just be that you've been exerting yourself more at work, or working longer hours, or putting in more time at work. And I can see that being something that some Tauruses have been doing. Now, on the 18th, Mars goes into the seventh house, which tells me that you're going to be putting all your emphasis into relationships. Maybe you've got a new, sudden, hot romantic relationship or something serious. I mean, the seventh house is usually long-term partnerships or serious relationships. So I can see a lot of Tauruses moving into seriousness in their relationships as of, pretty much the entire time. But you're really going to start seeing that after the sun goes into Saggy, and that's the 20th. And let's see, I think Mars goes into Saggy. The 22nd. The 22nd. And then the new moon is going to be in Sagittarius on the 26th. And Scorpio is going to be going direct, by the way, on the 20th. So, yeah, there's a lot of movement, planet movement, and it's all happening around your 6th, 7th, and 8th houses. So that is partnership oriented in some way. Maybe work and then partner. Maybe you're dating someone from work and, it moves into something serious. I don't know, something of that nature. Venus is going to conjunct Jupiter in the 8th house. So you might find that you are lucky with your partner or partnership, with the money as far as that's concerned, or even sexual compatibility. That looks really good. The new moon is on November 26th, and that is falling in that 8th house. And again, that's that's the house of love, and not love, but sex, death, taxes, money, that type of thing. Also secrets, and finding someone you feel like you can tell your secrets to. It happened during that time. Now, Venus is moving into the sign of Capricorn, and it'll do that on the 25th of November. And that's going to be in your 9th house. And Saturn and Pluto are already there. Excuse me. This indicates that there may be some emphasis in what I call the God house. God house. And with Saturn and Pluto there, I can see where you might have been, I don't know, I had said to another sign that I felt like they were second guessing their, I think it was Virgo. They might be second guessing their philosophy on life or maybe their religion. And, with Saturn on Saturn there, I could see where it's been hard. I mean, for some reason, I just sense that you might have either had to deal with things like lawsuits or maybe, I'm thinking ninth house of lots of learning, maybe something to do with learning, something to do with law or legal things, something to do with maybe even divorce. I hate to say that, but with Venus going there, maybe things will smooth out a little bit. It won't seem so harsh and tense as it's been with Pluto and Saturn together in that house. It might have been really feeling hard to do certain things with those two planets there. So be aware of that, okay? So you guys, this is really my take for now. And I would say between now and like November 20th, around then, November 15th or so. I want to come back before everything starts moving into Sag, because I think then it's going to start changing, and a lot of the Scorpio planets are what's going to be affecting most Tauruses during this time. So I would say, be aware that with the full moon in your first house coming up on November 2nd or 12th, and then all those planets really hanging around that seventh house up until at least past the 18th. I mean, you've got a lot going on there. So be cautious about how you approach your relationships, and I would say how you communicate, because Mercury's going to be direct or retrograde up until the 22nd, it looks like, or is that the 20th? The 20th. So up until then, I mean, communications with your partner may seem next to impossible. With Mercury retrograding, it seems like every attempt to communicate may be stalled in some way. But once Mercury goes direct, I think things will look up there for you guys, okay? All right. Well, much love and light to you, Taurus. Please take a moment to like and share our videos. It helps so much to get the word out about what I do here. And then also be sure to subscribe to the channel, and be sure to hit that little button or that little bell, and that'll let you know, notifications when I'm uploading a new video, so you can stay on top of that, okay? Well, much love and much light to everyone. Thank you for sticking in here with me on this reading. I thank you so much, and many blessings to you. Bye now.